In my first video covering my tour of Scotland, I spent a night out in Glasgow and headed northwards via Loch Lomond, Glencoe to Fort William. It is here where my journey continues as I explore the Scottish Highlands. Fort William is an ideal base if you're looking to climb Ben Nevis or even explore the stunning countryside at the foot of Britain's tallest mountain. The summit is 1,345 metres above sea level and it is set back so it can't be seen from the base. Summiting Ben Nevis is a challenging walk and has no equal in the whole of the UK when it comes to sheer size and elevation gain. An average time to summit and back is 7 to 8 hours. Some people pitch a tent and camp overnight by the beautiful lake at the halfway point. Climbing Ben Nevis between June and September will provide your best chance to avoid extreme weather conditions, although expect the worst even if it's sunny at the foot of the mountain. Check the Met Office weather forecast before attempting to trek up Ben Nevis. Many people, unfortunately, have had to get rescued each year on Ben Nevis due to ill preparation, bad weather, and taking the wrong turn. Whilst I seek out adventure, trekking up Britain's tallest mountain wasn't on my agenda this trip. So I explored the surrounding dramatic countryside and headed towards the awesome Steall Falls. They are the third highest falls in Scotland, cascading 105 metres down the rock face, and a tremendous sight, particularly in spate. A clear, well-walked path to the falls is very rough and rocky, with steep drops, and good footwear and care is needed. This is not a walk for novices, as it can be tremendously slippery and is moderately challenging. If you do venture up to the falls, you will experience amazing views. We also enjoyed a ride up Dornoch mountain by gondola. The Nevis Range mountain gondola is the only one of its kind in Britain and reaches the heights of 650 metres. It was built on the north face of Dornoch, the 8th highest mountain in Britain, originally as a way to transport skiers to the slopes. The mountain gondola has become a tourist attraction, allowing visitors to enjoy the scenic ride and absorb the stunning views and clear mountain air. During the summer months, mountain bikers ride the exciting and challenging downhill tracks. Mountain gondola tickets can be purchased both online and on site at Nevis Range. The gondola transports visitors from 100 metres up to 650 metres up the mountain and takes approximately 15 minutes each way. At the top there is a cafe and Britain's highest bar. You can also trek a couple of routes from here which are popular with visitors. You can take in the breathtaking panoramic views of the Scottish Highlands, including the Great Glen, Ben Nevis and surrounding areas, subject to a clear day without low cloud. Heading out of Fort William on the A82, you reach the Commando Memorial, which pays tribute to those brave soldiers who served during the 1939-1945 war and sacrificed their lives for our future. This is a beautiful memorial and viewpoint, which is well worth visiting for a few minutes to pay respect to those fallen heroes if you're passing by. Further along the route, we passed the scenic Loch as we headed northwards before reaching the mystery-shrouded Loch Ness. It is worth taking a cruise along the loch to absorb the stunning scenery from the water. You never know, you might encounter the legendary Nessie, a creature from Scottish folklore. We took the boat from the Jacobite clansman harbour down the loch to the ruins of the Urquhart Castle and back again. Unfortunately, Nessie wasn't to be seen that day. Many explanations have been offered for the numerous sightings of the legendary Nessie, including eels, Greenland shark, catfish, and even an elephant was suggested. Boat wakes, sunken trees, seismic gases, and optical effects have also been suggested as explanations for these sightings. What we do know is that there have been many attempted hoaxes over the years. The Scottish Tourist Board and local businesses benefit from perpetuating the Nessie myth. Inverness was our next stop, where we enjoyed some delicious tapas at La Tortilla on Castle Street. It gave me an opportunity to unwind after a day of driving, and this place is highly recommended if you're coming to Inverness. A round of golf on one of Scotland's premier courses was on the agenda, so we took the short trip to Boat of Garton, which lies 40 minutes southeast of Inverness, just off the A9. Unfortunately, the weather was against us as soon as we teed off, and in no time there was standing water on the fairways and greens. This is a magnificent course set in stunning countryside, and it was a joy to play in the brief sunny interludes. There is hardly a flat lie on the course, and whilst Boat of Garton isn't the longest of courses, its natural terrain offers defence against shooting a very low score. The course was in excellent condition despite the rain, and I managed to navigate the round to a reasonable score on the day. On another day, it could be easy to lose 20 balls on this course with numerous hazards and narrow fairways. A 2-ball after 4 p.m. and a buggy cost £110, which I felt was reasonable considering the course's reputation and condition. After a second night in Inverness, we headed further north to explore more of the Highlands. First, we took a detour to visit the Singleton distillery at the Muir of Ord. A distillery tour costs £20 per person and tells you about the whisky manufacturing process. There is a bar serving a dram and food, as well as a retail outlet selling a range of whisky. At the end of the tour, you get to taste 3 of Singleton's finest whiskies, and it is a great touch to offer the vehicle drivers a kit to take away their samples to try later. On our way to stay at a bed and breakfast outside of Wick, we stopped off at Dornoch to stroll along the beach. A break in the weather gave us the opportunity to take in the wonderful scenery, and to my amazement, a couple even went for a dip in the sea despite the conditions. We made our final stop at Jonah Groats in the far north of Scotland. The settlement takes its name after Jonah Groats, a Dutchman who plied a ferry over to Orkney from the Scottish mainland. The iconic Jonah Groats signpost is probably one of the most photographed signs in the UK. The cold wind off the North Sea shouldn't deter you from making a trip here, as the scenery is gorgeous. So my Scottish Highlands adventure draws to a close, and in my third and final part of my tour of Scotland, I'm heading for the capital city, Edinburgh. Please join me and subscribe to my channel to watch my further epic travel adventures.